Okay, welcome back to DreamHack Showdown Winter. Map 1 was kind of blink and you miss it. The start seemed promising for the Violent Roses, and then Emmy decided to say no. Emmy decided that no fun was going to be had by anyone but her and maybe some of CLG Red. Map 2 though, Blair, it's Nuke. It's a different look, right? It's a different map altogether. Surely there's got to be more than what we just saw.
Surely you would want to think that, except for the fact that, well, it's a pick coming in from CLG Red. They look so comfortable on their opponent's map pick, and Violent Roses, the one map they lost to Dignitas earlier in the tournament, was a Nuke as well, and it was a pretty convincing loss, mind you. And Violent Roses, well, they get the choice of starting on a CT side. They've gone for a 5-player stack towards ramp. That's interesting. Let's put it that way. That's kind of interesting.
Diane's spidey senses are tingling. Has a little go, and they're just up for the fight. They're just going straight in for the brawl here, and it's not working out so well for them. The CT side dug in their heels, and now a 3v2 post-plant. If Goose can make it away, which she can, this suddenly has a little bit more leg to it, and I like that Jen's in this position. I like that she's going to be able to watch this cross from ramp, where they knew so many players were present.
They think it's upper.
No.
Oh, no. This looks like it's upper. Oh, this is painful. This is painful. They're going to come out now. They know the jig is up. They have a kid, though. They still have a couple of seconds, but they need to find 2, and it's going to be Jennifer. Left alone. 1v2. They're going to stick it. She can actually get the defuse here, but they need to prevent it from happening, and she just almost takes it with Jennifer with a 1v3. Oh, that actually... They almost pulled it off. They almost pulled it off.
Yeah, same, same, dude. Same. What?
Oh my god,
okay, for
what
starters,
a round.
1, I love the adjustment from Goose. Now look, I'm a big Jen fan, alright? Like I don't wanna put it out there, you know, I'll hype up Diane, you know, IGLs and all that, gotta support the boomers. But Jen's a nutty gamer. But the adjustment felt a little bit late to hold that damage from the nade. Hold on, I'll come back to this. Look at Diane just turreting around. That was just a mauling towards outer. CT side tried to make something happen, but simply just got left to their own demise. But rolling it back, Goose's adjustment, maybe they didn't know all 3 were there, but I did feel like Jen could have been there quicker to catch that cross for her, but maybe still was cautious someone could be at ramp. But what a strange turn of events to start off with. But Jen closing down with a gorgeous 3 kills in the first and in the second. We just saw Diane pop off. Yeah, this is going to be brutal for the economy. The harsh thing I feel is this map can be very CT-sided on occasion if the economy is there for you from the start. If it's not, it's pretty rough because you don't get those mollies. You don't get what you need. You get run around on, and you find it very tricky to hold. So let's see if CLG Red keep this clean, though.
Yeah, and one thing for Violent Roses is also the fact that the T side was... I hate to be harsh, but it was kind of non-existent on this map against Dignitas, who, well, at least in my eyes, I feel CLG Red are the better team. Senna, okay, gets at least 1 kill. Bear in mind, there are 5 rifles in play here, but Jennifer, once again, just stemming the bleeding. Although I say that Andrea is going to find Goose Reader, so they are dealing a bit of damage here. And considering the investment they have, Lauren, I feel every kill they get is a pretty big win for the side of Violent Roses.
It is. They'll be in a decent position regardless to buy in the next one. But it'd be nice to have some of those AKs. Such a lovely piece and a bit of damage done. But Jen, not letting anything slip away this time, just being the safety net. And 8-0, almost 200 ADR. Have we got the different Emmy coming out this time? Emmy takes map 1. Jen's like, look, it's my turn. Let me get my stats up real early on as well, like 8-0 at this point, just farming. Now, this is the tough round, though. This is the one where the CT side has all the goodies, right? They got the AWP out, they got the mollies, they got everything they need. So this is eyes on what CLG Red do with this information now, and how well the Violent Roses can hold this.
Senna, for the very first time, bringing out the AWP, and earlier when I saw her play with the AWP, she tends to have kind of like a slow start, a few whiffed shots before she kind of wakes up into the series. But considering they're mapped down already, there's not much room to work with. Diane, hold on, just running in through the flames takes quite a bit of damage, but she'll be fine. There's no one nearby to really contend with her for the side of Violent Roses. And she's going to be going on a fact-finding mission. Remaining members of her team still waiting towards the lobby, waiting for any aggression from Violent Roses. Bit of a stalemate right now. It's all going to depend on Diane and what she does with her position towards lower. There is a player there. It is, of course, Kyla. But the moment she breaks the glass, the jig's going to be up.
Yeah, but Diane's position is to catch that ramp rotator. But as we noted, they're already moved. They're already down towards lower Kyle. Does Diane check on this? She seems cautious because they've taken ramp and not seen anyone. Now Diane might be aware there's someone kind of lingering around. Senna's done well to find Goose. And you can see the hesitation and the caution from the T's here. Maybe trying to find that player who's meant to be around here. They know there's going to be someone. So they should check on this. They should be cognizant that there's someone nearby. Now position noted, a 1-for-1 trade out. Going to favor the T's for now because they can at least get that plant now in motion.
They do, and Diane hasn't even shown her hand. Are they going to go for this? Yes, they are. For 3v3. Very doable. They have the kits. They have 2 smokes as well and a number of flashbangs with Diane's position here. They need to clear this. The glass hasn't been broken, but they are aware there could be a player here, and she's got to find one. Actually gets the kill through the CT, and now Settle left. 1v2, op in hand. She knows where one player is. Does she know where the second is? Doesn't matter. Emmy just takes her down. She's missing absolutely nothing so far this series, and like you pointed out, Pansy, like that was a round they needed to win. It was a buy round coming in. Unfortunately, CLG Red, despite suffering a few casualties in the round wins they've had so far, they're still holding on pretty strong. 4-0 for the T side.
And I love at least the read that I'm getting is that they were so cognizant of spotting out that player who was meant to be holding ramp. Diane could have used that position in a couple of ways if she was able to catch that ramp rotator, but obviously wasn't. But then that relayed information regardless. I thought it was really nice. A little bit of play coming through. So again, good in-game leadership from Diane. Great intuition. But on the other side, we have to look at the money for the Violent Roses. It's kind of in the garbage this round. We have 1 flash, 1 smoke, a bit of armor, and some upgraded pistols. So there's still a little bit of threat to this. It's certainly not a walkover, but it's not going to be particularly easy to make something happen with. Andrea, after seeing how well she can perform, I'd love to see more of that. Emmy, the Eco Cobra, just working through the map, just taking steps. No problem. And for now, it's just, let's make sure we feel out if there is any sort of stack going on, if there's any sort of nonsense building. But at the moment, Diane might get the read that lower's looking pretty clear. And once again, this ramp take works out well.
Yeah, very, very methodical from CLG. They know they lost a few too many rifles in some of the rounds against these pistols, so they're going to take it slow. Diane once more getting full control. Look, this is just the pistol buys, right? It's just a pistol upgrade coming in from Violent Roses. But once they get their buy on in round number 6, I would love to see someone at least, holding towards Secret or, being a nuisance towards Outside Red, towards T-Red, for example. You can't just give so much space to work with for Diane. She's getting so much information, being kind of like the point person for her team, conveying so much information. And yeah, this could be problematic if this trend continues. Right now, though, there's not much they can do. Just going to be waiting for exits. And it is going to be 5 for CLG Red. Can they keep all 5 players alive? It looks likely, unless they walk into the stack. I think they're aware. They are very much aware. Instead, they're going to be heading towards the ramp. Completely outplayed. No guns given away and no casualties for CLG Red.
No, this is, again, I'm happy to be seeing any team, be it CLG Red or anyone else, just keeping composure like this, even in kind of anti-eco scenarios or against upgraded pistols, because we've seen already the effect of what can happen if you're not so regimented. If you don't have those protocols in place and that diligence, it can cost you. It can cost you your economy. It can cost you a great deal of potential rounds. And we saw that in the last EU game. So coming out this far, you can already see that CLG Red have their heads in the right place. And again, Diane, if your in-game leader is keeping you in check, working with these young guns, she's doing excellent work. It's a little bit of a spray, but look at that vent dive. Jen's down scot-free, didn't take a lick of damage. There is a player down there. Horrible surprise for Kyla. Peekaboo, Jen's there, and that is massive amounts of control. Now, let's see if they can punish a rotation, see if they can catch someone. That's next on the docket for the T side.
That is, and Violent Roses have to do something in this scenario. This 4v5, you need to reclaim some real estate. And Yuli, aware their players still could be looking towards ramp. That is Senna with the AWP. Senna's making quite a bit of noise as well. She spots out a player, takes a shot. And she's kind of isolated here. Oh, that is so lucky for Jennifer to stay alive that a flick shot doesn't land, but Emmy on the hunt once more. She's looking for the kill. The moment she finds a kill onto Rune, that's it. That's the upper bomb set completely compromised. Unless for the one player behind the silos, she's going to come down all to her. It's going to be Ash. Pretty much a 1v4 on the upper bomb set. It's going to find one, almost gets to 2. But she will fall. And now the 4v2, Andrea from above needs to find something.
Andrea was so good before. They have 2 smokes here. I'd love them to use the one-way smoke up in heaven. Give them a chance to play back into the side. I don't love that from the CT side. They're 2 smokes alive. It's a very simple smoke on top of the little kind of cement. I don't know. It's like a little tub of cement up there. It's very well noted. I'd have loved to seen that at least kind of allow maybe a little bit more room to isolate some fights and work back in. And the quickness just not working out. Emmy playing very well and finding this amount of room. Again, 3 big kills this round. Very, very integral. And going to keep that money in a bad spot. And for the Violent Roses, it's going to be this kind of, okay, we get a buy round, okay, we don't. It's how it goes when you're in this scenario. Goose is going to have a world of trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Ash. That's 2 big kills. And now Jen's going to be called to attention. Hey, we need some help towards radio. They're all here. What the hell just happened? Ready to mag dump into anyone there. Andrea doing the best she can. But only so much can be achieved. Dangerous round. We can see that the dangers are there. But the protocols hold strong for CLG Red.
Yeah, they have... That's the thing with Violent Roses, if you've noticed so far, even on their T side of Inferno, right? The moment they have just the pistols, they try and do something with it. It could be... We saw it in Inferno, they went for the B hit, they went for that A waterfall play. Didn't quite pan out this time around as well. Trying to deal damage. The problem is, at this point, it's not about how much economic damage you can deal. It's about winning a few rounds. They're already 7-0 up. That's a nice opening from Rune. That's a bomb spotted as well. Out in the open, Diane gets taken down. And even... Oh, come on. That is ridiculous from Rune. Almost channeling her own inner Diane through the smoke. Senna finds Emmy. At least a reply takes place from Yuli. But they need to find 4 more. 4v2 finally favoring the CT side.
Now, keep in mind, Yuli and Goose didn't have the best of starts in the previous map. They were, you know, they weren't bad, but they certainly weren't on point. So if they'd got this, that would have been a lovely confidence boost, I'm sure, to them. But not to be well handled by the Violent Roses in the end after that kind of wild aggression from Dai. I think she was playing ahead of the smokes there by T-Red. And do you know what? If you're 7-1 up and you've got a good enough economy, I don't mind trying to get a little kind of fruity with it, trying to get a little ahead of things. Don't mind it at all. Give it a go. You've got rounds to play with. It does open up the problem of having AKs on the CT side, which can always be a big issue. It looks like something quite pacey coming out from the Ts, though. Look how much all-in play this is. 5 players towards ramp left.
5 players and... Okay, Kyla able to find Jennifer through the edge of the smoke, and this is a bit of a switcher from CLG Red. And Violent Roses, they haven't had to deal with this yet. They have ramp control at the cost of losing one of the players. There is a player towards Decon as well. Now Goosebeard are going to be leading the charge, breaking open all the windows. Smoke is going to be bloating, perfectly timed. And Rune, she can potentially try to go for the spam through the smoke, maybe try to prevent a plan from taking place. Or maybe not. She's going to bide her time, waiting for her teammates to arrive. Player advantage, they're trying to work with it.
Is that heard? I'm wondering if someone's close enough to hear that. Andrea working around. And it's very rare you see a 9-player post-plant, but here we are. Emmy going to play contact with Yuli. Emmy does swing on it, and that's a tricky angle. Yuli there. Oh, crisp on the first, but the second's good, and now the time's starting to dwindle. Diane and Goose still alive, and Goosebreeder just going to turret around with the sport of Die. Really breaking a sweat. Look at her, just looking so cool, calm, and collected. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, 8-1. Violent Roses just being absolutely dredged on right now.
Dredged on, yeah. I guess that would be the right word to use in this scenario. 4v5, right? And this is the problem I've noticed is, like you pointed out, the 2v2 earlier in the upper bomb side, they didn't use a smoke there. They went a little bit too aggressive. They didn't take a look at the utility they had. They didn't think things through. This time around, I personally feel they maybe took a little bit of time. They took a little bit too long for CLG Red to get in those really advantageous post-plant positions. And again, it fell apart. A flashbang is brilliant. Emmy's going to catch a blinded Rune, and they're falling one by one. No trades taking place, although, as I say that, Andrea at least finds one. But again, it's going to be another 2v4, and just going from bad to worse. Andrea peeks out, 3 players looking at her, and Kyla, well, gets nothing done. It's pretty much the same old stories we saw in Inferno, except even more gruesome. Because at least in Inferno, Lauren, it was a 4-4. It was kind of close initially. This is not looking like Inferno at all. This is just them getting dunked on by Emmy and gang.
I think we're seeing the disparity between the two teams, and there's nothing surprising about it. If the scoreline was anything other than something similar to this, it would have been an underperformance from CLG Red. Obviously, the kind of win conditions and the potential game changes would be things like that underdog not having the pressure, and all these other kind of scenarios we throw out there as a discussion point, but as said and as seen, this is CLG Red being stronger right now. And for Violent Roses, we've seen the potential that they've shown. They took down Dignitas, but look at the difference. This is what scares the life out of me, and it should do for the rest of the North American scene. Violent Roses beat Dig, and CLG Red are walking through them. This is a big disparity right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that game was close, right? We saw 16-14, 16-13s. The only map where Violent Roses lost convincingly, or rather the only map they lost on was the 69 loss in Nuke, right? And this is CLG Red just completely dominating. And if I'm Dignitas, I'm watching this game, I'm like, let's be real. If Violent Roses loses this game, they're going to play Dig again. And I'm going to favor Dig this time around in the lower bracket because, you know, they should be beating this team. Looking at this game, if I'm them, I'm kind of pooping my pants right now. This is scary. This is terrifying. The protocols are so good. Everyone's on point. The players, Diane as well. Bear in mind, she had more ADR than Emmy in that first map. And yet, how does she get that kill?
They're already down lower. They got a bomb plant. You could literally see Kyler just like, how are they here? 5 of them just walked through ramp. Maybe walked the wrong word, ran through ramp, and now it's Andrea again, left in a 1v4. And I don't want to take anything away from how impressive Violent Roses were in their previous games. This is just a next level opponent. This is how it goes sometimes. And if anything, if you like to watch the female scene get better, you know, women truly getting better at Counter-Strike and putting up some good results, this is showing that there is already a disparity in some of these teams towards the top. So this is excellent news to see CLG Red this diligent.
I would love to see this team face off against Exit right now. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility, right? But imagine how cool that could be.
One day.
Also, one day for sure. Next year, 2021, gonna be a better year for sure. Fingers crossed. I feel like when it comes to these sort of teams, like really upping their level, like we spoke about Exit towards EU, we have CLG Red over here. By default, they kind of playing at this level, they by default pull up the overall level of the scene, right? And that is something we want to see. When Astralis popped off, oh, what is that? Well, that is not ideal, but still, it's just the pistols.
I mean, CLG right now are just running around. Like, this is very fast and loose, and why not? Why would you give away any more? You've done your job. You're 11-1 up on the T side. This is just, okay, let's take somewhere as a 5, win the duels. We know we're in their heads. They can't stop it. This is the thing that when you talk about being a stronger team against maybe a technically, quote-unquote, weaker team, you're always meant to tame the beast, right? And that's always a very hard step, and it's something that we talk about in, you know, the main scene in Counter-Strike as well, is that you have to make the team respect you. You have to be able to have all that utility in the right place. You have to be able to kind of show you can stop the aggressive plays. But when you've got the entirety of the T side almost at max cap money, they're not going to stop this. They don't have to. Until you quell that aggression or you show that you can stop it, they won't stop running through you. This looks like it could be a fast play down sweep again. No Molotov to stop them. That's been missed, and that's a problem. It was meant to be a a lobby crunch, potentially. They did the Molotov on top of the hut to kind of give away that the sound cue that it was in place and kind of deny that presence. And it actually kind of worked out. Finally, we're seeing the Violent Roses throw something back at CLG Red. Yuli now left in a 1v3.
Yeah, about damn time. Yuli, though, she was quite an inferno. Addition to the team, although she's been there for a while, little reactionary shot there, but yeah, finally a round for Violent Roses after what feels like forever. And I feel like you pointed out, it worked out mainly because they were going for their own aggro play. 2 players pushing hut, they had a player on top of the silo on the bomb side as well, catching the T's off guard. CLG were probably expecting just the same default hold, right? Like 2 players towards upper, 1 player playing towards mini or outside. They had the flashes for it as well. So finally, they show something, although I gotta say, Lauren, it feels like a little too late.
It does, but for pride's sake, you want to do well. And this takes taking some control. And in towards lobby they go, dive for the 1-for-1 trade out, unable to kind of really capitalize on the push. And you're right, the bomb. Left in enemy territory at this point. Jen, Emmy, Goose, they're gonna have to double back around. Oh no, don't show a little leg to Emmy. She's gonna rip that right off. Goose is there. They couldn't quite get it though, but look at the HP of the CT side. It is low here.
I've seen how CLG Red, oh my lord, oh, she's just gonna come wrapping around. They have no idea. Please don't, oh, thank God. At least she just goes for the bullet and it's gonna be, over Overkill! Overkill! She was bleeding out, and Jennifer finally falls to Senna with a 2K spray down, and it's all on Emmy, the final boss in the server.
Why does it feel like Emmy's gonna win this so easily?
She is.
That's one, and it's clean. And now the 1v1. 48 seconds. Bomb is not to hand. It's still on top of the little ledge in lobby. She's waiting to see if there's any reaggress. There's nothing yet. She still has a smoke and 2 flashes. Ash, her position should be noted. She's played this position on quite a regular basis. We saw it in the previous game as well. And Ash will get nervous at this point. You feel like you're losing track of the T side. And maybe Emmy's waiting to see if she'd try and dive vent potentially to get herself positioned if there would be a lower plant. Not going to be the case. Now Emmy has to start making a move. That bomb is going to be a problem. Getting that and getting moving. The clock's actually going to be pretty low at this point. Enough noise to be made that now position should be noted. If she walks out, it's going to be a gun duel and Emmy might just win it.
What? No! No! Get out of here!
Emmy, look, you deserve a lot of things. That shot?
Bullshit.
I'm not so sure. You know what? We're going to get the adjudicators to look back and see how filthy that shot was in this break. 13-2. Let's find out how this closes out. Okay, we are back. Now, keep in mind, it seems like CLG have a hot date later on. That they got to be elsewhere. They're busy right now. 13-2. They've got other plans happening. They are blistering through this game, but the Violent Roses, it's their shot to try and turn their fate here. It won't be easy. especially with that being the start, Blair.
Yeah, that's not the start we're looking for. The catch at Andrea was out towards outside. And now, you have so much utility to work with there. 3 flashbangs, couple of smokes, all 4 players grouped up together. Back of Wolves heading towards ramp. Well, there's no one towards ramp. They just have Jennifer just spotting from hell. She might just go for the plate. She had contact plate, and she's just gonna peek around the corner. Oh, come on, stop it, stop it. Jesus, Jennifer. You can't do it like that. You can't do them like that. You just can't. They're just having fun at this point.
Jen's so good at this game, dude. I'm so glad we've got to see Jen have a good performance and Emmy now. We've had the 2 Zoomers that I know of. Usually I've speaking to the desk, they said that, she's more of that utility player right now, picking up a little bit of the support role. But seeing these 2 pop off, sick. Like, Jen is a nutty gamer, so good to see that come through. 21 frags for herself. Very nice work. Nice little ADR as well. Tidy on that. And on the other side for the Violent Roses, it's time to run it out with those Deagles. Get in there with the head armor. Do what you can. Make the damage count. Let's see if Jen can do any more. Tapping away. 1, 2. Not 2. Nice try, but Andrea says no. Quickly trying to make something else of. Let's see if anyone's in the smoke. No one's there.
Andrea almost died just jumping on down. She was on 1 HP. 1 HP, Emmy. She didn't hit a single shot. And Andrea reminding her of just like how she completely whiffed that. That is so strange. I've never seen Emmy whiff a shot. And that was against a 1 HP player with a full clip of MP9. So I guess miracles do happen. It is, after all, almost Christmas time.
Yay.
Yay.
I was going to buy a really sad little tree to put in my apartment. Like, because there's someone selling the Christmas trees right outside where I live. So I was going to go and ask, like, what is the smallest, saddest one I can purchase?
What's a sad tree?
Just, like, literally tiny. Like, literally, like, teeny, like, pocket size. Like Jennifer, right? Pocket size. Goose Breeder, though, going to get that molly down. Doesn't quite deny the plant, but will push the player out of position. Nice little idea. And you can see that Kyler wants to swing on this if contact gets made or maybe steps. Already holding that left door entry. Good tag. Oh, could have done with the frag on that. Unfortunate.
Oh.
And then it opens up towards the end. That could have been a 3rd on the board, but not to be. Well played to Goose on the retake.
Well played indeed. And, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Goose, no, dude, no. Why she's just nodding, right?
Oh, no, she's grabbing it in as well. Stop it. God damn it. I don't like this.
That's the face of the person who does that in the server. Can we just appreciate that? That is the face of the person who's just done this. Diane.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Front to back. Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm gonna need a shower after this. All right. I feel really dirty after that. I'm not talking about the game because the game already is kind of brutal as it is. Emmy brings out the auto shotty as well, and she's going for it. Oh, they're holding W. This one's done.
Here we go. Shotguns down. Emmy is putting it where the sun don't shine. Similar to Goose Breeder and Diane in the previous round. Ash and Andrea, the last 2 alive. I love the fact that I'm like trying to really push, hype up CLG Red. Here they go. Finally, they've got those, sick new players, and there they are, just being weird. Like, they're a weird team. Like, I love CLG Red, and I love this performance. They've put up numbers today, and they've done it while having fun. They made this look way too comfortable. So that's a statement I'd say to the rest of NA, as now they look untouchable.
Oh yeah, they look. I'm sorry. I'm still recovering a bit here, Lauren. Yeah, they look absolutely untouchable. Emmy finishing off the game before she was even done with her little lollipop over there. That's how fast that was. That was any person to speedrun coming up from CLG Red. Yep. I want to know how the desk is going to break this one down because I have no idea.
If we could possibly get a replay package of that retake towards the lower side, Diane, Goose Breeder, they got the
yes, please break that down.
Just to talk that through, because I know Potter obviously would have been, back in the day on comms, and Miss Harvey obviously knows the team as well. Both of them being in the team. I wonder if that's something they came up with back in their day. Maybe it's like a winning ritual that they do. So very interested. Hopefully they can break that down for us.
Welcome back to DreamHack Showdown Winter. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm absolutely terrified for what is about to happen. We've got Potter, we've got Miss Harvey, and soon we're going to add in a third CLG member to this mix. And I can only tell you now that it's probably going to get crazy and go completely out of control, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. So for now, at least, Potter, we're going to talk a little bit about what just happened in the match, but I'm pretty sure we can keep this nice and short because it was fairly dominant.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's not a lot of explaining that needs to be done. Just take a look at that clip of Emmy killing Ash somehow, some way, just swinging wildly, and that was it. Just dominance coming in for CLG Red.
Do you want to invite your old ex-teammate into the call because he's here anyway? I felt like you should just take it away at this point, and I'll just sit back and relax.
Diane. Oh my God.
Hello.
I love your hair, Diane. I love your hair. Okay, I'm gonna start out with my 1.5 questions that I told Tom that I had. Firstly, are we gonna go IFA on the 21st?
Yeah. Oh my God,
Okay.
yeah.
There's my first question out of the way. And secondly, Diane, how does it feel to just dominate? Lauren touched on it on the desk. Is over the past few years, you guys have been teasing and flirting with being #1 in the world. But I mean, you guys just sent out a statement right now in this series. What's going on? What's the message?
Can I curse on here?
Do it.
Don't
I don't know.
fuck
I
with
don't
us.
have the power
No,
to
I'm
give
just
you the.
kidding.
I don't have the power to give you the.
Okay, sorry. Oh my God, sorry. Okay, mute me. No, I think, I don't know. It just kind of shook because we were grinding for a bit after this tournament was announced, and we were just kind of like ready to go. Kind of sad we can't play EU, obviously, but I mean, I feel like we're the best in NA, so maybe best world. So you know.
Don't sell yourself short. You are definitely at the top of the world right now. And you, Emmy and Jen showed it today. I know that these matches always, the stats are always screwed because it was such a one-sided affair. But all three of you have overall about 100 ADR, especially with Emmy popping off. What did you guys eat today? What was the preparation?
Emmy took a nap. I had some coffee. Jen woke up probably like an hour before the game itself. And then, everybody's just cracked today. I don't know.
Just crack, playing at home. The comfort at home is always good. Diane, how is the strategy coming in, going into the grand final? Who do you expect to play?
We were hoping Dig, but Violent Roses beat them the other day, and we were just like so thrown off. We were just like, really? So I honestly don't care who we play at this point. So
Can I have one question? Am I allowed one before we go? I'll interrupt for a second. It's going to be a very toxic question, so I'll bring that one in.
Okay.
Which team is better, your current team or the one with Potter and Miss Harvey?
Wow, that's messed up.
can I still ask to be muted or?
Good answer, Diane.
Sorry, we need to push for an answer. Push for an answer. Have you got one?
Oh, I think I'm cutting out. I don't know what's happening to my internet.
That's an unfair question. Okay, unfair question.
Okay, well, I guess on that, all I can say is congratulations on the victory. You've obliterated your opponent, and hopefully Dignitas might rise back up and give you a challenge. But at this point, I'm scared of all of you. I'm sure most of the teams in NA are, so just good luck in the next round if you need it.
Thank you.
Bye, Diane.
Bye.
I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't get my question answered. I feel like it's a bit rude, but personally, I think you guys, when you were in the team, it was much better, obviously.
Oh,
But we are going to get into our top 5 plays of the day. So we're going to take a look at all of the fantastic plays we've had throughout EU and NA, and we're going to kick things off with you, Potter, having a look at Jennifer's 3K.
Jennifer, this B control, it was a little lackluster in the beginning, but this is where things started turning around. A beautiful transfer to that second kill and just a blind third, a freebie for Jennifer.
On Mirage, we have on number 4 with Madzik. This was not only a 4K on B Mirage versus Project C, it was also, a 1 versus 3 at some point, and she managed to win that anti-eco and bring it back for her team.
It seems like we got a lot of 4Ks. We now move on to Taddy's 4K entry into this round. This was pretty ridiculous. This was one of the first rounds we really saw from them, and she just went hard carry, running through, taking down everyone in her path. A superb 4K to take spot number 3.
Patty definitely showing up huge, and we're moving on to play number 2. It's Wiki coming out for Arcane Wave, going on to Nuke. She's been such an entry for this Polish side of things, and this was her just garnering herself a 4K, starting out the round and ending it.
And all of our 3 medals today will be going to the Russian teams, with Tori 4K as number 1 on Nuke. She also getting the best out of her fights, winning on that ramp push versus Pride. What an entry Tori has been today.
Well, yeah, and the one thing I'm surprised about looking at this top 5 is there is one name that came up from our list that is actually missing, and that would be Emmy, who, honestly, unbelievable performance throughout both maps. I think it's only fair, Potter, that we give her the player of the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The amount of confidence that she had through and through from the first map, moving over to the second map. She just didn't care. And it showed, I mean, in all the best ways, of course, she didn't care. So she just delivered. She delivered here today for CLG Red, and they look so deadly right now.
Yeah, a truly unbelievable performance.
46
go on.
46 kills in 2 maps that were like 16-2. I can't remember the scoreline, but they were so dominant. So to see that much kills, that high of an ADR coming out of Diane and Emmy, you know, we're talking about Emmy, but Diane as well as Jen, is really impressive.
Yeah, I think it's easy to highlight one player, but it truly was a team performance coming out from CLG Red. I'll be surprised if anybody manages to get through them going into the coming days. But of course, that is us now done. That is the day finished. Of course, we have to say thank you to not only everybody who was involved behind the scenes, everybody on our talent broadcast, but of course the sponsors who make all of these events possible. It was spoken about earlier by Miss Harvey how integral these sort of events are. And without the likes of Monster Energy and the US Air Force, it may be goodbye to the women's scene in general. So thank you very much to them, of course. And now we have to start looking at our game tomorrow, Potter. And we're going to start things off with Galaxy Racer versus Xset. We've had one of the Titans of NA finish off the day. We now move on to a Titan of EU starting tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting stuff. Anna versus Petra. This is just, my mind's about to be blown. I cannot wait for that series tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Of course, this is my time done on this broadcast. You will be joined by Shiva tomorrow, who I'm sure is going to do an incredible job. So thank you to everyone for having me here. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll be keeping an eye on the game, so make sure you tune in. As said, kicking things off with Xset versus Galaxy Racer. This has been day 3 of DreamHack Showdown Winter. Make sure you join us tomorrow.
There are pains we gotta follow, there are pains we cannot run when we're looking down the barrel of a gun. Be the hunter or the hunted, be the predator or prey. Make some noise and let the world hear what we say.